Hey everybody, welcome back. 40 years. This thing's been in its plastic for 40 years. 1983. It was the, the Street Demons series. Boy, that one's expensive. Or at least in this series, that's an expensive. I believe that's what BG and Blue Ox Model Shop are building for a group build. And that one, that's got a lot of history. That's actually the orange crate. That's just a different name. And I think I don't know. I don't have that one. Thought I did. 26 Dan delivery. I do have the truck. I got it back in I think in Clemens, North Carolina at the CKM Summer Classic. But anyway, I've heard a lot of wonderful things about this model kit, but it comes from an old lineage, so a lot of older technology and things like that. I know it has a flip, well, I don't know, maybe it doesn't have a flip hood, but I know it's got opening doors with the awfulest looking hinges you've ever seen, but it's got opening doors, and they say it's terrible, but it's been on the shelf for a long time. Guess how much I paid for this thing? $10. That's why you guys need to go to shows. You get some killer deals. But some people would say, I wouldn't give you $10 for that thing. It's awful. And it may be. Could very well be awful. But we're going to open it up. I don't know if I've ever really looked at one of these kits and seen the awfulness in person. So that's what this video is all about. Unwrapping the 41 Willys Street Demons. Street Demon Demons. No, it actually is an S. And it has a Hemi, an early model, like a 392 or whatever that Hemi. And cool. Anyway, let's do it. As Tone Loc would say. I look up at my shelf sometimes and just say, I can't believe I've not opened that. So I'll just kind of, oh, this plastic's nice and brittly. That's okay. ASMR. There, it's open. I love the sound. This is kind of weird. One of many things that's kind of weird with me. Like when I watch guys work with their models and stuff, and the sound of styrene is just amazing to me. And maybe I can make that sound when we get in here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See what's in here. 40 years, been in the dark. Give it some light. And there was light. Oh boy, nice. And it's just thrown in there, man. Oversized box, parts just going, does not have a flip hood. See that right off the bat. But the sound I was talking about, it's just when people rub their hands on styrene and stuff, and it makes that, I don't know. It's just something about a model guy. Their mind's weird sometimes, or at least mine is. So this was, so you guys in the comments let me know, because I don't know. I know the 33 Willys. Is it Willys? Willys or Willys. W-I-L-L-Y-S. I don't know if it's a Willys or Willys. But anyway, I'm just going to call it Willys. This was probably an old dragster, like Stonewoods, and was it? I ain't that bad. That's what it was. I bet it was a Stonewoods and Cook or whatever, or something like that. I bet you that's what it was. But anyway, back to the body. That doesn't look that bad. Not too bad. Oh man, you gotta love it when they put the hook the sprues right to the. You gotta fix that. Not too bad. Body lines right there, or mold lines. These mold lines are fairly easy to get to. They're right on top of the fender. And the headlights like that, they're just one piece of chrome that blocks up there on it. The body doesn't look bad. That's such a cool car. 41. 33 is too, but a 41, man, it's so, has such cool lines. Very neat. Oh man, look at this. Oh gosh. So this is the same sprue, and it looks like as soon as it came out of the darn injection mold, it looks like they just folded that over. Look at that, how it was like melted. Because you ain't unfolding it. Yeah, that was done. I bet when they take them out of the mold, they're like, guys, this is the only way that's going to fit in the box like that. So just go ahead, as soon as you take them out, they'll bend these over. I guarantee you that's what they did. This says, back in 82. Remember back in 82? That's a long time ago. That's 41 years ago. So here's your trunk. Has an opening trunk. Opening hood with the obvious place where to cut out for the engine. That looks like it's probably something to do with the interior. I guess. I don't really know. There's some hinges. Hood hinges possibly, or trunk hinges. And then maybe something to do with the door hinges there. I don't know. There's the doors. I'd love to have these off to just see how awful they look, or look like the fit would be. But yeah, there's hinges. Alright, well, had to cut the video there. Joseph came in and said, hey Dad, his friend Simon was on the way to his house, and Simon's belt came off of his Dodge Ram. We went and towed it back, so this is like, I don't know, 30 minutes later, but we successfully towed with a tow strap the truck back over here to my house, and we'll fix it tomorrow. Anyway, all right, back to it. Where was I? Talking about the doors. How do they? So you gotta. I was just noticing the hinges aren't in. Oh, so anyway. We'll find the hinges in a minute. There's the interior, and it's got a big old hole in the floorboard. I guess there's a shift. I don't know. I guess that's normal. I mean, you can tell that's not just like, it's not a misprint. But yes, I guess there's a cover that goes in the, it's like maybe right there. Yeah, some kind of cover goes in there. Maybe it's a access point for your shifting cables, or shifting rods and stuff like that. Now here's the engine. That's pretty cool. Got the crankshaft exposed. The connecting rod caps, at least. Got your cylinder heads with the actually got the valves and but you know what, I hate to break it to them, this is a Hemi, right? Let's see what the valve covers look like. I believe it's a Hemi. No, it's not a Hemi. Okay, I was wrong, because looking at these cylinder heads right here, that's a wedge style head. So you've got wedge cylinder expansion chambers, combustion chambers, and the reason they call it wedge is because, like, if you hear a wedge, 440 wedge, right? And then you hear 440 Hemi, or 426 Hemi. You have a 426 wedge, and the wedge is the way the cylinder head, or the combustion chambers, it's deep on this side, and it basically goes to nothing over here. So it would be like if you poured that full of something and took it out, it would make like a wedge, because it'd be thin here, like a slice of cheese, right? So this is not Hemi heads, but I just could have swore that those valve covers look like Hemi valve covers, and it's even got the nope. Okay, it's not. Blown Olds engine. Okay, all right. I know all you guys were yelling, Matthew, it's an Oldsmobile. I didn't know. I did not know. Okay, there's your blower belt, water pump, bell housing. Don't know what that is. It's like some kind of scatter shield for something. I don't know. And then there's parts of the transmission, rear part of the transmission, or the actual transmission, and then there's your bell housing, and then your oil pump head, cylinder heads. So yeah, not a Hemi. And then look at this. You've got modular, your block slash, well, no, those are your cylinders. So got 3 portions of the block. 1, 2, 3. And then it looks like you actually got an extra portion for the blower. Maybe that's the lower portion of the blower, the intake part of it, I guess. I don't know. And then some other things, oil filters or something like that. You can tell this is an old kit. I mean, it's 40 years old, period, but you know what I mean. It had at least 20 years on it at that point. There's your seats, your chassis. Very thin, but cool, man. This is really cool. Glad I opened it. It's got those giant, you call those ladder bars, I think. There's your front axle, your front springs, because it's a gasser. Although this thing may have had, you know, leaf spring front suspension anyway. There's the rear diff. Don't know what kind of differential that may have been. It's got the diff unbolts and the pan unbolts off of it. That's pretty neat. Like on a 9-inch Ford, the rear cover doesn't unbolt. It's molded into and then the front comes off. So that would be good. You could access some stuff. Radiator. I guess those are your rear springs right there. And steering components. Bumper brackets. Well, I think those are bumper brackets, but I don't think it does have a rear bumper. Yeah, it does. It doesn't have a front bumper. Just all kind of little parts. And I missed the door hinges. I have to go back and look. There's it's like the portion of, okay, so that's like where the back seat would be, I guess, right here. Don't guess it's got a back seat. It must be like a 2-seater car anyway. Let me see where these door hinges are. Oh, let's see if it's got decals in here. It's never been opened. They ought to be in here somewhere. There they are. Ooh. I don't know if you could save those, to be honest with you. Some people can, though. It's got 83. Back in 83, man. Long time ago. And look at this. Here's your window. Didn't notice it didn't have any glass except this. It's got this little flimsy piece of glass. You just have to go in there and glue a piece in. Which, you know what? That's alright. Cut it out and glue you a glass in there. Chrome. Now this is where these kits start to scare me. I'm just joking when I say scare, but like, the chrome isn't good, so you would probably want to re-chrome a lot of this stuff, but yet it's so, like, you got the supercharger here, it's 2 halves, which you could glue it together and then chrome it. And there's the intake. Look at the ejector pin marks right there. Golly, that is awful. But like I say, you can tell that this is an old kit from probably the 60s. You know what I mean? Not this kit, but the molds it came from. There's your headlights. They're all one piece. So this was like a classic kit in the 80s. But you got the old, I guess, is it Hillborn injection or something like that. And then you got these little fiddly pieces like this. See this like gear shifter right here? And then it's got a hunk of flash. Like, where do you even cut it at? I don't know. And then you're, look at these the fuel tanks. Look how it's just like all globbed in there. But still cool though. There's your window trim for your back window, front window trim. You know, where are the wheels? Oh, I'm looking at them. Golly. Sometimes, if it was a snake, it would have bit you. And actually, I got bit by a rattlesnake once, so I know all about that. Got bit right on my foot when I was about 10 years old. Got bit by a rattlesnake. Was not a pleasant experience. There's your gauges right there. Pretty neat. You can see the little, well, I only said numbers, but you can see little marks. And then your Oldsmobile valve covers. I wonder what cubic inch this was. I don't look at the door. See if I can find the door hinges. But first, oh, nice. So here's your rear slicks, and they're almost like, they're rubber, but they're real thin rubber, and they're two-piece. So you had to glue them together. They make stuff for that now, though. It's called 3D printing, and they make all kind of things for problems like that. I gotta see where these door hinges are at. I want to see if what part that was that I must have missed. Oh, no. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Where is the door hinge? Must be right here. Okay, that was it. All right, so it's the little number 63. Here they are right there. So those are your hinges for your doors right there. You know, I don't know what this right here is, because there's only one of them. Let's see what that is. Oh, huh. It goes behind the driver. It's that thing right there. It goes onto the roll bar behind the driver. That's stylish. So it's almost like a... It really shows the age of the kit, because that would be something you'd probably see back in the 50s or the 60s. Something like that. Some kind of decked out thing in front of the roll bar. But this is like a street car, not so much a drag car. So maybe the one, the Stonewoods and Cook would have been the flip nose, because I know there was a flip nose version of the Willys, and it probably wasn't this one, because I'm not seeing enough dragster stuff. And you know, that front suspension may be Willys front suspension. I'm not sure. I'm just not familiar enough with the Willys. Now that ain't the original suspension for sure. But yeah, anyway, at least I know what's in the box and what color it is. But it's not, the body doesn't look bad. And I'm sure that's the least of your worries. It's those fiddly little parts like the door hinges and stuff like that. It's probably the main issue. I guess you could put... So I've been working on some Kragers with some BF Goodrich. I got corrected the other day. I said good wrench. I don't mean that, but anyway, BF Goodrich and Kragers. Put some Kragers under it. That look okay. This is 1/25 scale. So I'll have these up on the website soon. I'm working on trying to get them just perfect. I have a hard time, having a hard time with getting the tire sprint right for some reason. So when I get these done, be in a few days, they'll be up on the website. Kragers, they'll be skinnies and not skinnies, but two different widths, fronts and backs. So I know a lot of you guys like Kragers, so they'll be up there pretty quick. But anyway, yeah, done with this. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for all your support. I appreciate it. And let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure this is an awful kit. And when I say awful kit, I'm not in any way insinuating don't get it and build it. I'm just saying, you know, compared to some stuff, we can say that. It's awful. but I still build it. I tell you what, that 48 Ford convertible by IMC, it's awful. It is an absolute awful kit, but man, did it build up beautiful. Just took a little extra oomph or something, but I was determined to build that kit and make it look good, and boy does it look nice. And it was an absolute train wreck awful kit, but you know what, that's okay. That's what we do. We're modelers. We overcome, we adapt. We glue the doors shut if they don't work right. Just glue them shut, because I guarantee you these are glued shut, or at least that one. And you got this one that's open, but it's probably glued open. I don't know. Look at these gigantic. I didn't see the big old. Oh, look at there. I just noticed something. These are the exhaust dumps right here. Look at that. Them things are huge. So they hook on the end of the header there. That looks pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of my monster truck that I just did, my bootlegger. Look at them things right there. Big old exhaust dumps. Anyway, alright, well, I guess I'm done. Ain't a whole lot to say about it besides it's old. And it's still cool though. Hey, who wouldn't like a 41 Willys Street Demons in the box on their shelf? Yeah, that's where it's probably going to stay for quite some time, if not forever, until I'm gone. Then yard sale, or if Goodwill's still in business at that time, they may inherit a lot of stuff. Heather asked me one time, she says, what am I going to do if you were to die? You know, we don't like to talk about stuff like that, right? But you know, it's a reality. And I said, I don't know, call one of my model buddies, and come get this stuff, I guess. But y'all don't wish any bad luck on me to get my stash. Hope to live a long time, but you never know. You really don't. You better plan something now. Have a value on. You know, if I've got like 1,000 kits to go in there and put like current value on each one of them, that would take a darn long time. So I probably wouldn't do that. But yeah, having a network of friends, if something were to tragically go wrong with one of us, maybe you would want to talk to your wife about, say, hey, you might want to call this guy, or here's a number. But it probably needs to be a younger guy than you know, if you're planning ahead, you know, like, well, I don't know any younger guys than me really that do models. So whoever's still living at that time, call them, Heather. Anyway, not something that we look forward to, but it happens. And anyway, how did I get off on the subject of that? This is all about fun and modeling, but you know, some of them conversations do come up, and we talk about stuff. So anyway, all right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. Thanks to my Patreon members, guys. You're great. I really appreciate it. All you do. Let's work on another Patreon live stream soon. My batteries, or my memory's about to die, so I better hurry. All right, sorry, it cut again. mcvproducts.net. Go over there, check out my inventory, 3D printed stuff and ProTech parts. I'd appreciate it. It's linked in the description below. I keep messing everything up. Hobbynutmodels.com. If you need some great paint, a model kit, any of the supplies that go with models, go check it out. Hobbynutmodels.com. Linked in the description below. And yeah, I guess that's it. But anyway, I want to just say another thank you to all you guys that have purchased on mcvproducts.net. Ellie has been busy. I appreciate it. She appreciates it. And I'm trying to add more items as time allows. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for all you do. We'll talk to you very soon. Don't forget the comments about this. I want to hear, is it good? Is it bad? Is it ugly? It's not ugly. So it's either good or bad. All right, guys, take care. Bye.